Dear learners, welcome to the video lesson on the topic Greenhouse Effect, Global Warming and Ocean Acidification. I am Dr. P. Bhanuprakash, lecturer in chemistry, working in PVKN Government College, Autonomous, Chittoor. Learning objectives. Through this video lesson, we are going to study about the following subtopics: greenhouse effect, global warming and different greenhouse gases, harmful effects of global warming, solutions to global warming, and finally about ocean acidification. What is natural greenhouse effect? We know that solar radiation consists of visible rays and ultraviolet rays. About 50% of solar radiation penetrating the Earth's atmosphere has to pass through the clouds and air before it reaches Earth's surface. The solar radiation penetrating our Earth's atmosphere is absorbed by the surface of the planet, and a part of the incident radiation is redirected back in the form of infrared radiation, because infrared radiations has longer wavelengths when compared to ultraviolet radiations. Nearly 90% of this reflected infrared radiation is absorbed by an envelope of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, water vapor, nitrous oxide and methane in the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases act as a thermal shield and warm the Earth's surface to a comfortable temperature of 15 degrees centigrade and hence makes our planet habitable. This phenomenon is called natural greenhouse effect. This natural greenhouse effect plays an important role in establishing the Earth's temperature, and also it plays a key role in regulating the Earth's climate. What is global warming? During the past few decades, anthropogenic activities like burning of fossil fuels, building industries ranging from paper to petroleum, and emissions from these industries, cutting down of forest, increasing livestock farming has been led to a drastic increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and changed the balance of the natural greenhouse effect. The drastic increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, water vapor and methane in the atmosphere causes more heat radiation to be trapped in the lower atmosphere, and the net result is unnatural gradual increase in the average temperatures of Earth's surface. This is known as global warming. The sun's radiation is first reaches the Earth's surface, which is reflected back by the Earth's surface in the form of infrared radiation. This infrared radiation is trapped in the lower atmosphere by the greenhouse gases, resulting in the global warming. The four major greenhouse gases which are significantly contributing to the global warming are carbon dioxide, methane, formula of methane is CH4 and formula of carbon dioxide is CO2, nitrous oxide N2O, water vapor H2O. Apart from these four, the other pollutants which are contributing to greenhouse gases are chlorofluorocarbons and hydrofluorocarbons. Let us discuss in detail about the greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide. It is the largest contributor to global warming. It is long-lived, which means it stays in atmosphere for longer period of time. And also, it is physically and chemically stable due to the changes in the temperature. It is said to be forcing the climate change. Carbon dioxide is released into atmosphere through different processes like burning of food, burning of fossil fuels, respiration by living beings, volcanic eruptions, etc. In the last 2 decades, anthropogenic activities have increased the carbon dioxide concentration in atmosphere by almost 50%. Hence, the carbon dioxide is playing a key role in the global warming. We can say it is the culprit for the global warming. Methane. It is the second largest contributor to global warming, but it is short-lived than carbon dioxide in atmosphere. Methane is 80 times more powerful at global warming than carbon dioxide over a period of first 20 years after it reaches the Earth atmosphere. Wetlands, wet paddy rice farming, livestock farming, coal mining are the sources of methane production. Nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is also known as laughing gas. It is a long-lived greenhouse gas that accumulates in the atmosphere like carbon dioxide. It is the third largest contributor to the global warming. It is 300 times as powerful as carbon dioxide at global warming. Emissions from nitrogen-based fertilizers, agricultural soil management, wastewater treatment in different industrial processes and fuel combustions are the different sources for this nitrous oxide. Water vapor. We know that the percentage of water vapor in Earth's atmosphere varies from 0.2% to 4%. It is the most abundant greenhouse gases in the atmosphere contributing to global warming. It is short-lived molecule in the atmosphere. The increased levels of water vapor in atmosphere functions as positive feedback for the global climate change. What is the positive feedback? It is the mechanism that makes things even worse. Global warming not only increases the level of water vapor in the atmosphere, but also increases the possibility of clouds and precipitation. Hence, the precipitation process and vaporization process of water vapors constitute a key feedback mechanism of the greenhouse effect. Let us discuss about the consequences of global warming. What is the effect of global warming on weather? On average, the temperature on Earth's surface has been rising at a rate of 1.5 degrees centigrade to 1.8 degrees centigrade per 100 years since 1975 as against 0.7 degrees to 0.9 degrees centigrade in between 1901 to 1975. This clearly indicates the 100% increase in the warming rate of our Earth. Rising temperatures of Earth are leading to extreme weather conditions like hotter and longer heat waves, more powerful hurricanes, tropical storms, severe droughts, etc. The number of lightning strikes also increases due to global warming. Effect of global warming on humans. Warmer temperatures will lead to an overall increase in the rate of both evaporation and precipitation, which in turn results in severe droughts and rainstorms in few areas. Hence, more people are forced to leave their houses due to these extreme weather conditions like droughts and violent floods. Global warming will melt glaciers and ice caps in the polar region, leading to a rise in the seawater level, which is a major cause of concern as it results in the flooding of islands and cities near coastal areas. Island nations and habitable coastal areas are expected to be partially or entirely submerged by the end of this century. It will expand the range of many disease-causing organisms that were once restricted to tropical and subtropical areas, leading to the outbreak of infectious diseases and pandemics. What are the consequences of global warming on biodiversity? Many animal species are forced to migrate to survive the changes in the climate pattern altered by progressive global warming. The animals which are unable to compete in the new climate change may go extinct. In most parts of the world, the length of the growing season has already been altered due to the global warming. The changes in temperature and seasons influence the propagation of weeds, insects and diseases that affect the crops. The ultimate climate change directly affect the reproduction metabolism in the livestock. Melting of glaciers also affect numerous species because glaciers are the treasure of wide variety of terrestrial and aquatic animals. It is a significant threat to flora and fauna of Earth, and a wide variety of these species may become extinct in near future due to the climate change. Effect of agriculture due to global warming. The climate change impacts the soil degradation and contributes to the desertification of most fertile and arid areas of the planet. Global warming also causes a decline in agriculture production and results in shortage of food and famines due to droughts. What are the consequences of global warming on oceans? Global warming leads to ocean acidification, which in turn leads to global osteoporosis. Global warming also leads to ocean water stratification. Let us first discuss about ocean acidification. Due to the increased levels of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere, more carbon dioxide gas dissolves in the ocean, thereby its acidity increases and its pH value decreases. This is known as ocean acidification. This ocean acidification in turn causes global osteoporosis. Global osteoporosis destroys the shellfish like lobsters, crabs, mussels, and also leads to disappearance of essential species in marine food webs due to this increase in acidity. The shells of these shellfishes will be dissolved slowly due to the acidic nature of the ocean water. Ocean water stratification. Ocean water stratification is a natural phenomenon that is significant for circulation, structure and productivity of the ocean. Natural stratification of water develops a vertical ocean water column in which less or low density water will be towards the ocean surface and high density water will be towards the deeper ocean. The wind current allows the mixing of this high density water with low density water through wind upwelling and wind downwelling. Upwelling of ocean water from around 100 meters below to surface of the earth not only cools the ocean surface but also brings nutrients to the surface. It brings nutrients to the surface. Whereas downwelling of water carries surface water to the bottom and mixes with colder water at the bottom. It carries oxygen produced by phytoplankton. The phytoplanktons are the primary producers growing on the surface. It carries oxygen to the lower regions of the ocean. This oxygen is essential for the survival of the marine organisms. In short, we can say that upwelling of ocean water brings nutrients to the surface and downwelling of ocean water carries dissolved oxygen to the lower part of the ocean. What is the effect of climate change or global warming on this water stratification? Global warming and climate change is increasing surface water temperatures and decreasing the wind current. Thereby, it leads to a prolonged stratification of oceans or a delayed stratification of oceans. The delayed upwelling or downwelling of ocean water decreases the amount of oxygen traveling to the deeper layers of ocean and the amounts of nutrients traveling towards the surface of the ocean. When once the nutrients at the surface decreases, it may endanger phytoplankton, which are the primary producers for marine organisms. The decreased oxygen in the lower levels is leading to the death of marine animals like fishes, sharks and whales, etc. These changes will definitely lead to extensive effects on the food web in the coming future. What are the solutions to global warming? One should move away from burning the fossil fuels like crude oil, coal, etc. And one should use clean energies or renewable energies like solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, which may lower the greenhouse gases emissions. Always promote public transportation, which helps in reduction of greenhouse gases emissions. Better usage of natural resources, planting more number of trees, stopping massive deforestation will definitely help to restore the present climate imbalance which we are facing today. Every individual must adhere to the environmental policy RRR. What is this RRR? RRR stands for reduce, reuse and recycle. Definitely it is the one of the best solution for the climate change. Promoting the use of fuel efficient vehicles may lower the emissions of greenhouse gases. In addition, promoting eco-friendly technologies, creating awareness in the public about the importance of protecting environment can be a great help in conserving our Mother Earth. Now, we will discuss about ocean acidification. In the last 2 decades, oceans have absorbed nearly 50% of the carbon dioxide released by different anthropogenic activities like burning of fossil fuels, emissions from industries. Hence, oceans acts as a long-term carbon sink. Even forest also acts as a long-term carbon sinks. Without these, the greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere would have been much higher and Earth may become much warmer. Imagine a situation where oceans are absent, then definitely day to day the increase in temperatures may be observed on Earth's surface. The absorption of carbon dioxide gas, however, leads to extensive changes in ocean chemistry by increasing the acidity and decreasing the concentration of carbonate ions. Carbon dioxide, which is in atmosphere, solubilizes in ocean water to form carbonic acid. The formula of carbonic acid is H2CO3. It is a weak acid. Therefore, it ionizes partially, that means slightly, to give H plus ions and bicarbonate ions, that is HCO3 minus ions. Therefore, the acidity of ocean water increases. If acidity of ocean water is increased, which mean that its pH value is decreased. Since industrialization, the average pH of ocean water has been decreased by 0.1 units, that is from 8.2 to 8.1, causing a 30% rise in acidity. By the year 2100, it is expected that pH will definitely drop further to a range of 7.8 to 7.9 as predicted by the IPCC emission scenarios. What are the effects of ocean acidification? Ocean acidification decreases the pH of ocean water and also it decreases the concentration of carbonate ions in water. The excess hydrogen ions released by the dissociation of weak acid like carbonic acid combines with a carbonate present in the water to form bicarbonate ions. This leads to decrease in concentration of carbonate ions and the availability of carbonate in water decreases. Since industrialization, the concentration of carbonate ions in water, that is in ocean water, has decreased by an alarming rate of 10% in tropics and southern oceans. The decreased level of carbonate ions makes it impossible for shell forming animals like corals, molluscs and echinoderms to form calcium carbonate structures on their surfaces, which are the major mineral building blocks for the species. When the carbonate concentrations becomes too low, the previously developed calcium carbonate structures on the marine calcifers begin to dissolve. So, marine organisms have to work very harder to make new shells and to retain the shells and skeletons they already have. This results in global osteoporosis. You can see that global osteoporosis not only destroys the commercially available shellfishes like lobster, crabs and mussels, but also leading to the disappearance of important species in marine food webs. With the current pH, the marine calcipars may be in bigger size, but as time proceeds in near future, due to the decreased pH, the marine calcipars surfaces, that is the calcium carbonate structures, may be dissolved due to the increased ocean acidification. Let us discuss about an interesting sea creature, pteropods. The pteropods are also known as sea butterflies. They are tiny seal snails whose length is less than 1 centimeter. These sea butterflies are eaten by marine animals ranging from tiny krills to whales. The shells of pteropods are made from aragonite, which is nothing but chemically calcium carbonate. The pteropod shells will slowly dissolve after 45 days when they are placed in ocean water with less pH value as projected by the early 21st century. Therefore, in the coming future, the pteropods are on the edge. Summary. Through this video lesson, we learnt about natural greenhouse effect, the process through which the greenhouse gases acts as thermal shield and makes the earth habitable is known as natural greenhouse effect. Also, we learnt about global warming, the process in which greenhouse emissions from anthropogenic activities results in unnatural gradual increase in temperatures of Earth's surface is known as global warming. And also, we discussed about the effect of global warming on climate change, human health, biodiversity, agriculture, ocean water stratification, ocean acidification, and global osteoporosis. Save trees, save nature, use less plastic for more life. Thank you.